Hey, what's going on, everyone? Matthew from TheRightTrader.com back today with another daily crypto update. Cryptocurrencies are now pushing higher, and overall, we had a pretty nice run up over the past 2 to 3 days. So, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, are we about to see more of a move higher? And that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about in this video. Of course, keep in mind, I'm not here to give financial advice, I'm just here to share my personal opinion. But I'm sure a lot of you are wondering what's going to happen in the short term, and is there a possibility that we do see a more of a big run up, right? So I'll cover everything during technical analysis. I'm also going to talk about EOS. That's going to be added to every daily crypto update. Over the past 24 hours, like I said, nice little push higher. Some cryptocurrencies are pulling back a little bit, especially the ones that already had a bit of a run up before the other ones like EOS and IOTA, and that's pretty common. So don't forget to follow me on Twitter, by the way, because I did actually predict this run up. This was on June 2nd at around 1 in the morning. So really at the very beginning, when cryptocurrencies started to show some positive action, I said that cryptocurrencies are starting to show some bullish signals. I think this is the beginning of a small push higher in the short term that will set us up well for the next big run, and that's exactly what happened. So make sure to follow me on there for live cryptocurrency market updates. I'll leave a link to that in the description of this video, and let's get started with the technical analysis. First off is EOS. So EOS obviously had a huge jump yesterday due to its EOS IO launch, and still looking fine here. However, we did get a red candlestick today. And first of all, we do have a lot of resistance in this area right below 20,000 Satoshis. That's kind of, our pre all-time high levels. So definitely resistance in this area. I'll go ahead and put in a horizontal resistance line so you get a better idea of this. And you can see that's where the top of our wick of the current candlestick is. So I do think that in the short term, unless we get, a breakout tomorrow above 20,000 Satoshis, we will probably fall back down a bit lower, maybe just even stay relatively flat, but we will most likely re-enter the Bollinger Band range now that we got this red candlestick. Because what tends to happen with breakouts like this is either we just continue to see grand candlesticks until we re-enter the Bollinger Band range, and that's when we got that red candlestick every time. The first red candlestick is what signals the drop back into the Bollinger Band range, and I think this time is going to be no different, where we're going to fall back, a bit lower, maybe back down to 17,523 Satoshis, or even a bit higher than that, closer to 18,000 Satoshis. Nothing really to worry about as long as we don't drop below our uptrend line. Let's take a look at Bitcoin next, see what's happening. So we're going to go over to the Coinbase chart. And Bitcoin is right now in this channel. It came up on its middle band, and indicators still looking good here, definitely looking pretty bullish, good buying volume as well. However, one of the things that I wanted to mention is that we're in this uptrending channel right now between these two pink trend lines, and our previous uptrending channel is this bigger one back here. So ideally, if we're able to get back in this channel back here, it'll be much more bullish. But we have a lot of resistance ahead, right? We already are facing some resistance from the middle band, and all around $8,000, there's a lot of resistance. So it's not impossible that we do end up breaking above that. I think that we'll see in the next 2 to 3 days if that's going to be possible. We will probably manage to do so within the next 2 to 3 days. However, if within the next few days we're not able to get a clean breakout above 8,000 Satoshis and get back in this previous channel back here, we will probably, pull back a little bit lower, maybe closer to 7,000, anywhere from $7,350 to $7,500, where we'll probably get a little bit of a bounce there and then just keep moving higher slowly but surely in this lower channel, which is uptrending, so keep that in mind. It's good nonetheless, even though it might not be the quickest move higher. Steady wins the race, right? So going over to Ethereum, we can see that we actually got a very nice breakout above $600 that completed this little V-shaped recovery, and we're about to turn positive on the MACD and histogram. Good buying volume. Overall looking good here, no real signs of weakness. However, we did come up on this middle band, and very likely area where we're going to face some resistance. Also have some resistance here at around $640, $650. So this is an area in the short term that we may start to see a little bit of a slowdown. If we end up breaking above the middle band, we do definitely have an opportunity to get back above $700, but I don't think we'll manage to get back above that just yet, right? I think it'll take a few weeks before we can get back above $700. However, if we're able to get back above the middle band, within the next few days, we will probably get a test of $700. Let's go ahead and take a look at Litecoin, see what's going on. Litecoin is currently trying to get back towards $130. We can see this longer upper wick due to the middle band, so we're definitely facing resistance there. And I think that in the shorter term, we're probably not going to be able to get back above $130 just yet, unless within the next 2 to 3 days we do end up seeing, a move above the middle band and a move that pushes us above $130. Definitely need to wait for these Bollinger Bands to cool off a little bit and flatten out. And that's why I think that, even if we see a little bit of a push higher, most of these cryptocurrencies will probably have to wait just a bit longer before getting, that next move higher. That's why I think that, you have to keep your expectations kind of realistic in these situations. So let's go ahead and take a look at Ripple, see what's going on. Now, going over to Ripple, we can see, let's see, I need to go over to the Bittrex chart. And to talk about, are we going to see a big move higher here? I think that we have every chance of seeing a move higher over the next few months. But, things will have to take their time, right? We can't just go up in a straight line here unless there's some huge bullish news and we get, some euphoria. Things are going to have to happen in their own time, right? We have to wait for everything to be set up correctly, put in those support levels, wait for the indicators and the Bollinger Bands to be ready. But we're definitely looking much better, right? It's looking like we are going to be able to get back higher, closer to our all-time highs this year. That's for sure, in my opinion. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at Ripple, which is actually back above 65 cents, moving up nicely. But we're coming up on that upper Bollinger Band, which I don't think we'll be able to get back above, basically 70 cents here in the very short term. So if we do get a push higher, I think that will really be coming back down to this uptrend line in the short term. And even that, with this middle band coming down so much, we'll probably have to flatten out a little bit, make some consolidation between 65 cents and 70 cents for probably 2 to 3 weeks so that we're ready to move higher. But the buying volume is steady, indicators looking good, so no bearish signs here, definitely. Let's take a look at our next crypto, which is going to be, let's see, next up is NEO, and take a look at what's happening. So NEO is experiencing some resistance due to its middle band. Here we're right in the middle of our Bollinger Bands, which are actually contracting towards the price. That leads me to think that we're going to see some consolidation here. Probably not going to be able to get back above 60 cents just yet, especially with this red doji candlestick. We could even fall a little bit lower, back towards $52. So I think that we're probably going to trade between, really anywhere between $50 and $60 here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next crypto, which is going to be Stellar Lumens, which did have a nice run up before a lot of cryptos. Now it's kind of falling back because of that, and then waiting, for other cryptocurrencies to catch up. So we can see that we tried to get back above 4,000 satoshis, got this longer upper wick, which means that buyers weren't able to sustain those higher prices. However, definitely holding up well, good buying volume, indicators starting to, really uptrend again and getting that U-shaped recovery. But the Bollinger Bands are contracting heavily towards the price, and we're kind of capped right now due to this 4,000 Satoshi resistance level that's in line with the middle band. We're probably just going to have to consolidate, between 3,800 and 4,000 Satoshis. Getting back above 4,000 Satoshis will be our bullish signal for, a move back towards the all-time highs. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be, let's see, next up is Vertcoin, and see what's going on. So if we go over to the Bittrex chart, we can see that Vertcoin has been slowly but steadily moving higher over the past few days. Definitely no huge jump like some of the other cryptocurrencies out there, and I don't think that's going to change, right? I think that we will probably move up pretty horizontally, a bit slower than other cryptocurrencies. Our middle band is coming towards the price. We're already having some resistance here. So, ideally we want to stay above this uptrend line in the short term. That would be very good. Even if we don't, our bigger range here is just between $1.54 and $2.20. But for now, there's no signs that we won't stay above the uptrend line for now. So if we can continue to stay above that, we'll continue to get this steady uptrend. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next crypto, which is going to be Cardano, and see what's going on. So right now, sorry, Lisk is up next. Can't forget that one. Going over to Lisk now, we can see that we're actually starting to pick up the pace here, which is a little bit surprising. Great buying volume indicators now, kind of breaking out, and big green candlesticks over the past 2 days. However, we are coming up on that $10 resistance level. So in the short term, we definitely could see a push a bit higher, closer to $11. However, I don't see us going much higher than that. We'll probably, have to wait till we find support on our uptrend line over the next few days and get a bounce off that, as we climb higher, closer to $12. I think that we will manage to stay above our pink uptrend line here, and I think that's what's going to help us, reach that level, over the next 2 to 3 weeks. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next crypto, which is going to be Cardano, and see what's going on. So going over towards Cardano now, we're going to take a look at what's happening. And Cardano is not looking too bad. We're flattening out here, still holding up, no big drop yet. And we're starting to see, the RSI flatten out as well. Bollinger Bands coming up towards the price, especially that lower Bollinger Band, which is good. That'll actually act as support. However, I think that we're probably going to trade between 2,800 and 3,000 Satoshis as we wait for a base to be put in to then move higher. And once again, breaking above 3,000 Satoshis will be our bullish signal. Let's take a look at IOTA for our last cryptocurrency of the daily crypto update. Keep in mind that IOTA got a very big run up, huge green candlesticks, great buying volume, and we kind of reached our our peak in the short term, which was basically $1.91 / $2. We're pulling back from there, pretty sharp drop. We'll probably continue to drop a little bit lower, maybe even towards our middle band at near $1.70. And then probably going to get some consolidation between $1.70 and $1.91 as we once again wait for a base to be put in the crypto markets. And although some of the bigger cryptos like Bitcoin, Ethereum are doing good, Bitcoin Cash actually had a big move higher. A lot of these cryptos that actually got a move ahead of Bitcoin and Ethereum in the sense that they actually started to move a bit higher before those cryptos. They're now starting to pull back and are signaling a little bit of consolidation. Those other cryptos that were doing good like Bitcoin and Ethereum will probably follow that pattern as well over the next few days. And then it's going to be, just putting in that consolidation. We're having some symmetrical triangles forming. So everything leads to, just putting in a bit of a base right now. With that being said, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.